Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. With the name of Allah, who is very kind and merciful. Welcome to DevOps King channel. In this channel, you will find the solution of different tasks on AWS Azure DevOps. Today, we shall discuss WordPress site deployment on CPanel. If you need any help in Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, Azure, Web CI/CD, please contact on this WhatsApp number. All video on this channel are prepared by certified DevOps engineer. In order to search the channel on the YouTube, please use our DevOps King. You will find the channel DevOps King. Please click the subscribe button so that you can get the notification about the latest upload on the channel. Today we shall discuss step-by-step explanation of how to deploy WordPress site on CPanel. First of all, I shall show you the web WordPress site on my local browser. This is the site on my local browser. You can see the URL here. Localhost eblol WordPress. This URL will be used in our next steps. And now the code on my local, I am using the XAMPP server for the development of the WordPress. So in the XAMPP server, the code is at this path. XAMPP it docs eblol WordPress. This path is very important because we have to update it in our CPanel. So note this path. After this, the next step is we shall export our database from our local deployment. Open the phpMyAdmin and select the database. After selecting the database, press the export button. When you press the export button, after that express the port button as shown on the screen. I am explaining again. Select the database. After that, in the navigation tab, select the export and then click the export button. We shall get the file, SQL file from the export of the database. This is very important steps. We shall update the URL in our export SQL file according to the URL of our CPanel. Because our CPanel URL is this one, eblal.sa, and our local deployment path is localhost eblol WordPress. So when you open the SQL file that we have exported in the previous step, we shall press Ctrl H. When we press Ctrl H, we shall find the interface in which we shall give the two URL. We want to replace this URL of localhost with the URL of the CPanel. So this is the file that I have exported from the database, and we shall replace this one. There are many occurrences of the local URL, so we need to replace all these URL with the URL of the CPanel. After replacing all the occurrence of the localhost with the CPanel, the next step is we shall log into our CPanel. When we log into our CPanel, again this ID is very important. This ID of the CPanel, this is your username. This ID will be used along the database user and database name. This is very important. If you miss this ID, then you will not up your website on the CPanel. Now open the CPanel. After logging in the CPanel, we shall create the database in the CPanel. Write the name of the database and press the create button. The name of the database EBLAL and press the create button. When you press the create button, a database will be created. After that, after writing the name of the database, press the go button. Our database will be created. After that, we shall create the user for this database. When we enter the name of our DB user and press create button, a database user will be created. When our database user is created, we shall get the interface like this one. Again repeating, first we shall create the database. After that, we shall create the user for the database. When we create the user of the database, we shall get this interface. In this interface, we have to assign all the privileges to our user, DB user. So press the make changes button. Now go to the PHPMyAdmin section on the CPanel and select the database on the CPanel. When we select the database on the CPanel, we shall select the navigation import. When we click on the import, we shall go to our Window Explorer place. In the Window Explorer, as I explained in the start, we have updated the localhost URL to the URL of the CPanel. So we shall import the SQL file at this step. After importing the database, in the next step, we shall make sure that upload the WordPress content. In the start, I have shown the path of the WordPress code on my local. There is a folder WordPress. Upload the WordPress content at this position. Open the file manager in the cPanel. Click the public_HTML folder. After that, press the upload button, this one. When you press the upload button, you will upload the WordPress content from your local. Make sure that all the WordPress content are under the public_HTML. Your folder structure should be this, like this one, cg-bn, and your wp-config.php should be exactly under the public.html. In the next step, we shall open this file wp-config.php and update the very important parameter. Like we are opening this one, wp-config.php from the code on the cPanel. This is the file wp-config.php. When we open this file in the cPanel, we shall get this file. We shall update the database name. In this case, this is the ID of my cPanel. Make sure that you have write the ID of your cPanel. After that, write the password, and moreover, this is the database name and database user. Both contain the ID of your cPanel. This is very important. If you miss it, then you will not up your website. And after that, give the password of the user. After saving this, we shall apply the URL of the cPanel in the browser, and lastly we shall get our site up. This is all the configuration and the updation about the WordPress site when you are developing the WordPress site on your local and want to upload it on the cPanel. Thank you for watching the solution for the deployment of the WordPress on cPanel. Wish you good luck for your career.